You know, that's funny you asked me that because all of those guys that you mentioned, Dion, Charles Haley, Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, Moose Johnson, as powerful as their personalities were, the one thing I can always say is that we were probably the perfect team, right? I think the best teams have a combination of guys that are just players like myself and guys who are superpower players like the guys that you just mentioned. And we made up a very good chemistry that took us all the way to the Super Bowl to win it that year. So I would say the thing about playing for the Dallas Cowboys, especially in the mid-90s, is every week was like a Super Bowl week. It was because I don't think I ever played in a stadium where we didn't have a sellout crowd, where it wasn't a bunch of media, where it wasn't, you know, a bunch of fanfare, whether we were home or away. But I think the biggest difference between playing in those regular season games and playoff games and playing in the Super Bowl is the amount of time that you spend waiting between, whether it's a timeout, whether it's getting ready, preparing for the game before you actually go out and play, to the half times. Everything is spread out and stretched out because you got so much going on at one time. Intense isn't the word for it. Practices were extremely competitive. They were game days. And see, it's a lot different in the mid-90s versus now, where we hit every day. Even on Fridays we hit. So you had that opportunity to compete at a very high level during practice. So when it got to the games, none of us were ever discouraged or worried or concerned about how we were going to do, because we won the games every single day, Monday through Friday during the week. So interesting story. So Larry Allen and me, we were both drafted the same year. He was the second round pick. I was the third round pick. And I remember our very first practice that we actually had, we had a bag drill, and I had to hold the bag while Larry was demonstrating an offensive line run blocking technique. And you know, I'm still pretty heavy now, but I was pretty heavy then too. And all I can remember is him taking 2 steps and punching the bag, and me literally like doing a backflip, like rollover from him hitting me on the ground. Right then and there, I knew it was something different between him and everybody else that was in the league that day. You know what, the interesting thing is, and this is not because it's a teammate, but I tell people this all the time, the one person that I credit for any amount of success that I've had in the NFL goes to Charles Haley, a teammate. Charles Haley was the perfect combination of speed, power, intelligence, and efficiency. I can't ever remember him taking a bad step. So, and then just his tenacity was just unfathomable, right? So when you take that combination and put it together, and one person that's determined to win and as competitive as he was, I didn't worry about anybody I played on game day because I knew I got it every day in practice with Charles.